Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Located here in Portimao, Portugal, where today, we got race 3 in the LMP3s here, bringing you series first, and then gold series, 2 25-minute splits, 15-turn track, and we're just about to get things ready to go here. This is pretty, lock 'em and load 'em. Pace car starting to roll off, starting to get just a bit of heat and temperature into these LMP3 tires. It's oh boy, get ready folks. Strap in, get yourself a drink, get yourself some snacks, because you are not going to want to leave the seat after this green flag drops here in Silver Series. Got Rodham Cats, of course, putting it there on the pole. Ignacio Glumscher, Liron Schretzer, Ofek, Matvey Miniland, Ophir Ezra, Rodham Lev, Birdie Galili, and Tomir rounding out our field today. Looking at the points really quick. Rodham Cats leading, Ido Tal, Birdie, Galili top 3, and you see Ofek there. That's from his Instagram, matter of fact. We will get back on that here just in a little bit, but I didn't want to miss the start. Ooh, we really kicked things off pretty quick here. Still rolling around, but that pace car should be diving here into safety in just a few moments' time. You see Ignacio slamming on the brakes, getting some tire temperature. My name is Sean Stam. Welcome to Sam Studio Network. Gonna have a blast here today. Ofek here, he's actually starting P3 as we saw him. We'll bring it up one more time. That him and his real life, you call it a counterpart there. I believe that's a, no, I'm not even going to say anything. I'm not going to get something wrong here, but call that what you will. Ofek, appreciate you following the old SSN Instagram, letting me get the side of your things there behind the scenes. And I know we don't have any driver cams for silver, but gold series drivers, if you are watching, please give me something. As no co-commentator up here tonight, as we're getting things cycled out here behind the scenes. But I'll be bringing you all the action, giving you a few crank it ups without my voice, just engine noise as well. Long pace lap here around Algarve. I mentioned it. This is a 4.6 kilometer circuit, 15 turns. These elevation changes are going to make this a roller coaster. That technical final sector we just went through will really test our drivers. Green flag is out, and away we go. Rodham Cats leading us here into turn 1. Ignacio, Liron, Ofek, Mini Land here for P6. Little side-by-side action here for Ofek, as well as Mini Land. Matt Vey getting a front row seat of this battle. Starting to single file out there, out of the chicane, now heading it down into turn 3. Oh, and we have a spinner! Huge contact. Oh, we're gonna have one almost go around and on his lid. Miniland keeps it on all fours. We will get back to that battle and see what happens here in just a few moments' time. Not missing anything out front. Rodham continuing to lead. Ignacio, Ophir, he has gained 3 spots with that incident that just happened. Birdie Galili up 5 spots in the 420. Miniland taking the tow, so is Rodham Lev, and unfortunately, I know it's only race 3, but every single point kind of matters when We've seen it one too many times in this run before, and here comes Birdie. That's yellow and green machine, LMP3 prototype, hopping on board now. Getting through this final sector here. This is that tricky sector I was talking about. Coming up out of turn 14. This is turn 15 here. It looks relatively simple on that track map, but you heard a downshift out of the 420. Not too much front grip, although it is a prototype, just not too much downforce in these machines. Is battle back here between Tomer. Ooh, my goodness, Birdie. Excuse me, Tomer shot out of a cannon there on the inside of Matt Vey. Look out. That will complete lap 1, and let's, unless we have a move here out of Erza, which we do down the inside of the chicane, turn 1. We'll make it stick, but now he's on the outside contact. I saw that one coming. Oh, man. Nothing intentional out of these drivers, but the turns 1, 2 are just so super tight in contact. We'll start the replays off with that incident there. Respect the dive bomb. It was open, and then, well, kind of left the door open for Matt Vey there as well. And then the infamous incident here. This is might have to take a couple looks at. Bear with us here. This is the one off of the start. Oh boy, Lirion going to catch a quite a big whack here, I do believe. Ooh! Then there's the one that almost goes over. Almost becomes a turtle on its shell, but we're gonna keep things going. So, one more time, let's hop on board with Lirion here. Heavy contact in these very aerodynamically sensitive race cars. I know Yuval was telling me, and man, I love racing these cars myself. Man, you catch a little bit of dirty air behind one of these cars, and the car will not turn. So it's especially you get a little bit of contact as well. It's not going to help the aerodynamic properties of this machine at all. As we have Ignacio still where he started, trying to reel in Mr. Rotom Cats. Appreciate everybody joining in over there, the IIL, the SSN YouTube channel, multi-streaming here tonight. Shout you out there in YouTube chat. If you're over on the SSN side, I just have that stream pulled up on the telephone. But from Azuz, incident back here in the back of the pack that looks like Ofek going around. Take a look, see what happened here. He gets through the sausage curb. Okay, that's what I was going to mention, but there's another one there. He gets through it. Oh, starts to brake on the rumble strips, and maybe a little bit too much rear brake into the car. That rear really came around on him, but able to get the car going. Nice job there, Ofek. Really no harm, no foul, except just a little bit on the pace. Jump back on live. Actually, we'll hop on board with them here. Love staying on board through the very technical last sort of sector of Algarve here, and you can see, I mean, once again, it looks so easy there on the track map, but you add in these elevation changes, you see a lockup there at a Tomer in front of him, it just continues to really start to bite you in the rear. Oh, huge save matter contact, as we could hear it there, and Ofek's gonna go around as we were on board with him. What in the heck just happened there? Let's take an aerial shot at this replay. There we go. Apologies for that little delay there. Here, so this is Ofek on the, I believe, the right side as we were on board. Yep, there's the save and just a little contact. That's all it takes, and the LMP3 is going to send him around. Oh boy, Lajir, it's a tough car to drive, but it's very rewarding if you can get it right. Speaking of rewarding, Rotom Cats here leading. Ignacio Glimpser still P2. He's only a second back, but if we take a look at the lap time history between these guys, oh boy, do we have Ignacio starting to close that gap? It's he really forced it through the entry there. His nice solar panels in the background. Love that shot. He's lost another 10th here since we last looked at it, but this will be interesting to watch this battle because gonna have we'll rack these guys right back up for another 20 minutes of Silver Series action, and then we got Gold Series, 20 minutes each, and the top 10 will be inverted after the Gold Series race number 1. Alrighty, I said I would do it. I'll give you a little crank it up action. If you're new to that, it just means that little track side, little engine noise is you get a break from my voices. Oh boy, don't know how you guys are doing it season in, season out. Appreciate TAL, ILAKA, our sponsors, DRS, GRIIP, as well as myself, SSN, putting on these guys, and we'll be right back here, SSN. Alrighty, you can crank it back down. Sean stand back up here in the booth as we complete lap, what would that be, 3 or 4 now, I believe. It's such long lap times. What you're working almost 2 minutes, 1:44 last time. Actually, Rotom Cat's putting down a purple lap time, fastest of our day, 1:44.98. And remember, keep that 1:44.98 in mind. Not only is fuel and tires start to kind of heat up, grip more, fuel burns off the car, a little bit less weight you're hauling around at the track. But also for the Gold Series, it'll be kind of interesting to see the lap time differential between the two as we had a little crank it up action. Another incident with OFEC here. A drone following him around Portimao, Portugal here. And let's see what happens. Oh, is that the same corner? I think that's a different corner than last time. But once again, the rear just gets loose there on the exit, comes around on him. I think that is Rotom. Yeah, that was Rotom who had a front view of OFEC going around. So Sean and Tater's curse going to strike here. Rotom, as I'm speaking about him, he's going to go wide. Doesn't look like any harm, any foul there for number 3. As he loses one spot from where he started the race at. But let's hop on board with him and see what happens in this incident. Eesh, that's it's really all it takes to send one of these LMP3 machines around. It's entry-level prototype, but it's a really difficult car to drive. Here's another incident with Erza here. He's going to have, this is separate from Rotom's. See what happens here to Mr. Erza Rafi. Oh, just same. A little bit too much steering input is what looks like there, and it's going to send him into the gravel trap, able to get the car rolling and not get stuck. But that is going to deposit gravel all on that racing line next time for our leaders. Gonna have to keep that in mind as it looks like our battle for the lead is heating up. Rodham Cats Ignacio starting to get a little diffuser to front splitter action. Just under 9 minutes to go here in this first series for silver. And we could have what could be a last lap pass or damn near. Ignacio getting ever so close is there. They're having to go through the gravel there as that was turn, I believe, 6 or 7 as they head now back down the hill. Extreme elevation changes. And once again, if you're these Gold Series drivers watching, if you hear debris on the track from the spotter, be sure you are extremely careful. As I mean, I'm sure you know it way better than I do, but just learned my lesson quite a few times. The hard way, not the easy way, that is. Take a look at the lap time comparison here once again between our two leaders. And yes, I'm calling them both leaders because it is a 15-second gap, respectfully, to Birdie Galili back there, P3. But you guys saw the lap time comparison. I saw something in timing and scoring. Lyron here, is just now past Ofer Mazuz. We'll take a look at the pass. It looks really big on the software here. Oh, he's so far back. Is this a dive bomb? It is nice. I mean, a nice dive bomb, respectful dive bomb out of Lyron there. Makes his way back up to P4, almost where he started. Remember, he started P3 this race. Battle between these guys still continues to rage on. We're looking at the results of Silver Series last race. Rodham won it. Itzik got P2, Ignacio P3, Birdie, Ofer, and then Ido that was 3rd through 6th. So Rodham, he's been here, he's done that. He could possibly go back-to-back here in the Silver Series of ILAKA Esports IIL, brought to you by SSN and the IIL YouTube channel. Or will we see? Unfortunately, I don't think Itzik here is tonight, but Ignacio, he's sitting right there, 3rd. Or finished 3rd, and as well as, believe P3 in the points. It's just all going to come down to the final few seconds of this race, and as well as the season. This is going to be, we've seen it time in and time out between the IIL series. There's so much good racing up and down the pack, both in silver and gold, even throughout these 20-minute heats, and it's so much fun to watch. Appreciate everybody joining in. Once again, the sponsors DRS and GRIIP. DRS being Drive and Ride Simulation. Appreciate them coming out. Closest battle on track, and I know you guys saw it, but I didn't get to. This is once again the lap time comparison, and I mean the gap is visually shrunk. This is now 0.35 seconds between the two lap. Well, oh, this is actually Birdie compared to Ignacio. Yeah, I was going to say there's no way. Yes, there we go. That looks a bit more right. Ignacio continuing to gain on our leader, although Rodham can just put down another fastest lap of the race, continuing to burn more fuel. A 144.85. Ignacio right behind him at a 144.87 last lap. Looking at the diffuser cam of Rodham Cats, and we're hopping on board with our 2nd place running driver, Ignacio Glumsher here. A little bit earlier entry. Oh, gonna take a bite out of the sausage curb, no mustard on it, and gonna sacrifice just a little bit of pace. Once again, all it takes out of these LMP3 machines. And gotta remember, if you're Ignacio, the closer you get, the harder your car becomes to drive. As the dirty air out of the back of these machines, it just gets, oh, it's crazy. Once again, how aerodynamically dependent these cars are. The car becomes a handful the closer you get. Coming to the 16th minute. This should be just about 2, if not 3 laps to go here from Portimao, Portugal, here at Algarve. Oh, well, you are not going to want to miss this front battle, but real quick, we will take a look at Mini. Believe he has had an incident of himself back here. Oh, what in the... I think he just took a really evasive action for Ofek there. We'll take one more look and then hop back on board with that battle for the lead. Speaking of hop on board, this is Mini as he tries to navigate the spin in front of him, which was Birdie, I do believe. Birdie or Matvey, it was Matvey. Yep, right there in front of him. Oh, I was going to mention, Mini, if you are watching this broadcast, I think for some reason, I put your broadcast picture, your vehicle pictures in the Gold Series broadcast. So once we go through points in the Gold Series, be sure to look for your pictures over there, because I know that following you over there on the... Oh, no, Mini has... Oh, Sean and Tater Curse going to strike here. But be sure to stick around for that. It's going to hit the gravel trap and once again deposit gravel. Oh, no, gravel on the tires. Oh, man. This is about as worst as I've seen of the Sean and Tater Curse. And it's not just this series, guys. This is every series I broadcast for. It just, it's not a good look. It's right. I'm trying to mention good things about him. And then oh, anyways. Ignacio still trying to close the gap. He gets in that slipstream down these... There's the shorter straightaway and then that longer one out of turn 15 down into turn 1. Really closes the gap, but once again, as hard as the car becomes to drive, as you get closer to that back bumper, rear diffuser. Oh, there's the gravel on the track off of Mini spin. I don't know. It's going to be tough here to pass Rodham Cats for that win, as this should be 2 laps to go here from Algarve International Circuit. That is closest Ignacio's been all day, besides off the start of the race. And the Silver Series will line back up right where they started. So remember, or right where they finished, excuse me. Unlike the Gold Series, where they will have that top 10 inversion. So not only are you fighting for these such valuable points heading into the rest of the season, but also you're fighting for what is pole for our next 20-minute heat. Same track, same circuit. Don't go anywhere because it just starts right after the race. And so does Gold Series. We're going to get top 3 interviewed in Silver Series, or whoever sticks around for it. And just a few moments after that, loaded right up into the Gold Series. Ignacio Glumsher, I'm so proud of him, and I just want to take a real quick look at the points. Oh, I thought he was sitting third, but he's tied there with P4, which is only 1 point behind P3. So you could just about call him P3 up there in the points. And once again, Ofek there on the right side. Oh, it would take too long for me to get Mini's pictures back up in the right spot. But once again, Mini, if you are sticking around listening into the broadcast, make sure to stick around for the Gold Series points rundown, because you will see yourself your vehicle of choice down there, as we just saw Ofek, which unfortunately Ofek out of the race now. But a good run for him. Hopefully we see him back in this second heat. Leron here. I'm sorry if I'm butchering this name. I'm going to have to get a Google Doc going of your guys' names and just how to pronounce them, because I know I've butchered quite a few. My sincere apologies, as it is now, what, season 3 with you guys? So you'd think I'd have it by now, but I will definitely... I'm seriously thinking about getting a little Google Doc or spreadsheet going. Irza, I say once again, I think this is his, second incident of the day. See him getting back up to speed, and we'll hop on board with him and see what happens. His right front GoPro suspension cam. Heading down into the chicane of turn 1. You got to be so hard into the brakes. I actually too much rear brake into the car. That rear's going to loop around on him for the 86. He gets it going. No harm, no foul. As here comes Ignacio into the pits after that will conclude. Sorry, I got a little excited about Erza spin there, excuse me. Liron will bring it home P3. Ofer Mazuz will bring it home P4. As, man, that was a close gap. The gap between our leaders was only 0.61 there at the finish line. Tomir will bring it home P5. Matvey P6. Erza P7, Rodemlev P8, Mini Land P9, Birdie and Ofek there P10 and 11. Stick right here with us because we're going to rack these guys right back up once Rodem and Mini just get across the start-finish line here. I don't see Mini really catching him, so we'll take a look at Rodem making his way across the start-finish line. And yep, there's that gap I mentioned, just over half of a second between Ignacio and him. But keep an eye on this battle, as what we're about to see for the start of this next heat. It's going to be something to watch, to say the least. My goodness. Great battling here, this first race between the two. And here we go. Heat number 2. It's just about to kick off. I'm going to take a quick little vocal break. Stick with us here at SSN as these drivers getting gridded up and are ready to go. Alrighty, welcome back. You saw us kind of getting through the field there. Gonna continue off with Rodem. He's starting P9 after what was a great run there, that start of the last race. Ofek here and Birdie there back in. Actually, I don't know. Okay, that scared me. I thought I had missed the start, but I thought, no way. That's all. Birdie Gilly will be in the 420 as he's just dragging some brake, getting some more heat and pressure into the tires before we get going. Oh boy, once again, just me up here in the booth tonight as we're getting things behind the scenes taken care of. It's a long story, but apologies, it is just me, but we will have some more guys up there in the booth with me as the season continues on. There we go. Rodem Cat starting on pole after securing that win last race. Even more playoff points, and this is unupdated playoff points, the ones we were just looking at. Ofek's they're tied or just about there with that battle for P3 in the points. Or I say P3, but really behind Birdie there, who's P3 with 38 points. It's just such a tight battle. It's anybody's game as Birdie. That would be updated. He would be behind these guys on points now. So I'll play that off as now I knew what I was doing, we could say, or saying. Rodem Cats, man, he's just had a great run so far this season in the Silver Series. He's liking this LMP3 machine. Ignacio as well. Got Liron there. Ofer will start in the second row. Be watching for maybe a dive bomb or two here into the starting chicane. After that first heat race, you learned your drivers' counterparts of this track, where they brake, and especially even off the start of the race if you're starting near somebody who you did start next to. be able to watch it as we are green flag racing off into that chicane here into turn 1. Who is going to be a bit later on the brakes? Rotom Cats, Ignacio, Liron, Tomer leading us here into turn 1. Side by side for our leaders. Rotom, he's able to hold off Ignacio just barely as we are still side by side. One driver a little bit slow. Matvey, Liron getting through it. We now starts a single file here into turn number 3. I believe that's Ofek here was running a little bit slow, and here we have Irza and Birdie Galili going side by side up and through. More elevation change. Tomir going around. Oh, another driver as well. That's Lirion. Oh, man. Such contact early, as I said. Be sure to watch this. We're going to keep on board with this tight battle between 4 drivers, and then we'll go back, look at the replay when we have a second. Miniland, Ofer Mazuz, Rotom Lev, all going 4, 5, 6, 7th here, this battle. Ofer getting right to that back diffuser of Miniland as these guys try to reel in our top 3 of Matvey, Ignacio, and Rotom Cats. Rotom has already gapped his lead to just over a second now. This is not going to take long, as we could see possibly Rotom move up into the Silver Series next season here with the IIL ILAKA Series. Battles continue on as Rotom Lev. I got to be careful not to mix up the Rotoms, as I've done that one too many times. Rotom Lev here, P6. He's gained 2 spots on the start, and Birdie has gained 3 spots off the start. Just now completing lap number 1 in our second heat of the race. Ofek unfortunately taking it back to the pits. Here comes possibly a dive bomb. Matter of fact, it is Miniland to the inside of turn number 1. Makes it stick out of turn number 2. That's chicane, and we head into the right-hander turn number 3. Excellent pass there from the 77 Miniland, gains the spot. Matvey, oh, some contact between Ofer Mazuz, Rotom Lev, a little bit further back in the pack. Will keep things rolling. Even more puffs of smoke as these brakes, tires, everything starts to get a little bit more heat into operating temperatures. Here comes Urza Rafael down the inside. Oh, Birdie spins. Oh, four car incident there, damn near. We're going to have to rewind that one. Okay, 2 drivers spun by themselves and the 2 contact. Oh, man. All right. We'll start off with that one and then work our way back in time to what will eventually be the start of the race. Here's that Birdie incident. Actually, we'll look at Irza because this is in front of them. Oh, contact between. I thought that was Mini spinning by himself. Mini getting huge contact after that. And you see in the background, that's Irza going around as well. Let's take one more look at the start of how all of this happened. This is orange and white machine. Irza trying to dive down the inside. 2 cars going for the same bit of racetrack, and then that's just what's going to happen there. Actually, that was not Irza, excuse me. That was Matvey. I thought I saw that orange and white. I just didn't want to call it wrong, but ended up calling it wrong. Really quick, we'll jump back live to the battle for the lead, and then we will see what happened in that massive 2, 3, 4 car incident off the start of the race. Rotom Cats continuing to lead. Ignacio Glumsher, very reminiscent of our first heat race here tonight. Baby blue and white IIL machine of Ignacio. Just keeping close enough, stay in that slipstream on the short and long stretch of Algarve. But got to remember, if you're just now joining us, the dirty air off of the back of the leader, or any car that you're trying to chase, it makes your car just virtually undrivable in these slower sections. I think it's a little bit more reminiscent in the faster sections, but yep, you see there, Ignacio kind of giving up the exit just a little bit. So now that we have a chance, let's take a look and see what happened on this battle at the start of the race. Here is Ofer in the very tight chicane turn 1. From Azuz takes the sausage curb a little bit wide. No harm, no foul there, but I think it's back here with Ofek. Sorry, the software said that that was an incident. This is what we're gonna need to watch. This. Oh my, dive bomb! Makes it stick there, that other white IIL car, and these drivers just get going so slow that it registers it as a wreck. And then we'll fast forward here to Tomir when he goes around, and then yep, there it is. Okay, I was like, where is it? Both self-induced spins there at the back of the pack. But Tomir, no damage, and he's able to make his way back up to where he started, up to P5 now. Excellent run, and excellent run as well for Rotem Lev. He's made his way back up to, well, excuse me, up to P3 as he's, that's 5 spots gained on the race. There, okay, I couldn't get that one out. Battle for the lead continuing to get just a little bit tighter on, and I think it's time for another SSN Crank It Up. I can give myself a little bit of a break, and of course give you guys, again, I don't know how you guys are doing it, to give you guys a bit of a break from my voice as well, because my goodness gracious. Stick with us, Damn Studio Network. Be right back. Alrighty, crank it back down. This is Sean Stam back up in the booth. Oh, I wish I was sticking on Birdie for just a second longer there as he's going to run wide. That will definitely be a slowdown as he's going to get all 4 tires off the racing surface. Birdie, he has pace. All these seasons that I've been here with IIL, and he has really good runs throughout the series. And I remember he really liked to take advantage of him and Yossi. Yossi Rain, of course, racing in Gold Series, but I remember when Silver Series had those top 10 inversions. I remember Birdie, he liked them, and it was fun always watching him kind of start up towards the front of the pack and able to hold these guys off on his pace. So sitting 6th right now, he's up 4 spots. See, that's exactly what I mean. He starts the races really well and able to work his way through traffic and wrecks really well. So Birdie having a good run. We'll hop back on board with our leader, and this time I promise I'll keep a better eye on the all-timer there. As I see a crash in the timing and scoring software, and it gets me just a little too excited up here in the booth, but especially with nobody with me to calm me down. I mean, my goodness. But once again, that's all getting worked out behind the scenes. Hopefully that's things get transferred to the right areas, and I'm able to finally bring in some co-commentators to this series. Tal and think that's Ilyan in the back, in the behind the scenes there. You guys know what I'm referring to, and so we're just waiting until everything is good. Oh man, that was a crash. Of Mini lands right there, spinning in front of our leader, Rotom Cats. Rotom able to get through it. Oh, we got some YouTube chats here. I got damaged on the front end, back of the car. That's what happened. It's uncontrollable. Just loss of grip, says Horizon Drip. Okay. Oh, that's Ofek there. Okay. Drabinski. When was this chat? Is there a time frame? Well, he's a minute down now, so whether it was the first race or the second race, it's unfortunate for Ofek. I think he's got to be referring to this race because he was having a good run that first one. So we hop on board with Ofek here. Ofek, I appreciate you uploading your profile picture. Oh, sorry, that's probably listening to me here. Bad time to talk to you, but appreciate you uploading your profile pictures. It looks like you're just battling for grip out there. Oh boy. These LMP3 cars, so much fun to drive, but they will definitely take a beating out of you both mentally and physically, as well as, I mean, a track like Algarve here. It's a roller coaster around the whole thing. Speaking of roller coaster, we'll check out some lap time arenos between the, oh, it's cutting off. Okay, well, never mind. It's cutting off Rotom Cat's profile picture there, which Rotom, like I was saying about Ofek, appreciate you uploading your driver profile picture. That's 646 Visual. It's such a nice paint scheme too. It's very simple but very clean. It gets the job done. Ignacio there, a little bit more action out of that baby blue into white. I think you see a little bit of orange there on the spoiler. Yeah, that's the spoiler. Having a good run out of Ignacio, and he's got that right front GoPro cam. We'll check out once again. It's a pretty cool shot. Just loses grip instantly. Yeah, Ofek says there in YouTube chat, and it. Oh, where is? Oh, Urza. That's why you see a gap in the timing and scoring. He has left the scene at the moment. As I was mentioning, I'm glad that you mentioned that, and I'll say it once again in the Gold Series race. But of course, those drivers know it all too well. The LMP3, it's so just snap steer on both entry and exit. It's really not a good combo, and you multiply that with the driving on the right side. There's probably what 3 or 4 cars in iRacing that I can think of that are actually right side driving style. And as we look at the cockpit, oh my, Ignacio gets contact. Oh my days. This will change what would have been a great day in the points for Ignacio. Going to get contact. I think that's from Ofer, not Ofek. It's I'm going to double check this real quick. Is here it comes. Oh, it was Ofek. Dang it. So Ofek, Ignacio goes around. We'll take another look at the incident. Sorry for cutting to the wrong cam there. Here's the aerial shot. If Ignacio did not lock up the left front, he would have been probably fine there, but you can't really put that on Ofek because he had already spun. Oh, you hate that because that is going to be some pretty significant damage for Ignacio. He still has 2.5 second gap on Rotom Lev, which, remember, we did have a Rotom and Rotom show just not too many races ago, if not last race, but oh boy. I don't think we really have a good zoomed in cam. I know Ignacio, if that didn't knock off his right front GoPro cam. Oh, it didn't knock it off, but you see the damage. Really, really heavy right side damage to, I'd call it the fuselage, but I know there's a better word. I think it's just side pod. Ooh, that is heavy, heavy damage. Hopefully just more cosmetic than what it looks like on my end here, guys. Alrighty, we're starting to... Oh! Mini Land's going to spin it into... Ofek, man. Oh, man. Not the race that either of guys were wanting. Mini Land locks up the rear brake bias. That was about to be a tongue twister that wasn't even one. Well, let's see what here. I saw that out the corner of my eye. No, it wasn't Mini Land. It was Ofek who locked up the rears and spun into Mini Land. Excuse me. I completely had that wrong. Glad I double checked that. Watch that back. But I mean, regardless, Ofek not having the race that he was looking for. Rodham having the race he was looking for once again. As now we'll jump on board with Tomir as he continues to reel in at Lyron here. If you guys here are newer to the SSN YouTube channel, I broadcasted a driver's iCam. I did a league race there last night, and that was really fun to watch back behind the wheel of the car, which really I'm not anymore. I'm more, goodness, every day or trying to set up for the broadcast I have at night, and it's taken a lot out of me in the iRacing universe, but every once in a while it feels good to get back behind the wheel of cars, and it's been quite a while since I've been back behind the wheel of the Ligear LMP3 machine. As we'll get a good driver iCam here. This is actually what the driver sees. This is on board with Tomir. He might look down the inside. Nope, thinking better of it for that pass for P5. But look at the huge A post on the right side there. I was going to mention this earlier, as this is a right side driving car. I mean, you can't see anything on these entries to the right. That was one of the biggest things that I had to get used to. You think tire model, you think aero? No, just that big A post, I believe that would be called. It's a huge cloud forms above the track. I was going to mention a little bit more grip within the track when that happens. iRacing does simulate that, but Tomir going to lock up the front brakes. Present the number 34 to gain that gap as well. Coming to the 17th, 18th minute. Should be just about 2 laps to go. Rodham Cats continuing to, oh man, after Ignacio's incident, well, 12-second gap between P1, P2. This is Ignacio's incident. Once again, we'll take a look at. It really, he probably saw it if he's got the triple monitor set up. It made him run just a little bit wide, but little bit of what could held the brakes, or just not even locked up on, you know, Ignacio's part. It's a game of just centimeters here, especially in IIL. It's so much racecraft. It's so much clean racing. And if you think you've seen some great racing, just stick around for this Gold Series, which will follow, excuse me, just after top 3 driver interviews. Yeah, apologies, it's so dark on the track right now. This is, I do have the filters to adjust for it, but I can't just, it's got to be something done kind of behind the scenes. So this is definitely a big cloud that has gone over the track, and I see it here in the software. It has dropped the track temperature 2, 3, 4 degrees Celsius already. It's only been a lap or 2 since it's come over the track. So we hop on board with our leader, Rodham Cats. He can just pace around the track at this point, heading around the tough technical last sector. This will be turn 14 here as he heads into turn 15, the last turn, and what will be the white flag lap, what will be 1 lap to go for Mr. Cats to make this thing all official. So he now makes his way onto the start-finish stretch. Oh boy, he's got 4.6 kilometers to go to make this thing official. Another sweep, if it could be. I don't want to get the two Rodhams mixed up, but there you see Barney, the flagman, waving that white flag pretty aggressively as Matt Vey coming out of the pits here just behind our leader will be P8. That number 79, he's minus 2 spots to where he started today, but our biggest mover of the race, Mr. Rodham Lev, he's up to P3, up 5 spots where he started. Ignacio, cannot say enough about him. Well, I will say I misspoke earlier, but that was, we'll call it after the Birdie Galili updated points. So Ignacio, what will be I believe, P3 in the points. I am no mathematician by any means, but you have to stick with us here, and I'll make sure I get you that updated either on the socials, the Discord channel, or whatever it may be. Matt Vey going to run a little bit wide back here in the solar panel section of the track, you could call it. Say what you want about Rotom Cats, and you could call him an up and inspiring Gold Series driver. May well possibly be there just one season from now in time, but he will make this official. Just needs to round turn 15 for the last time. Can really tone things down quite a bit. 11.7 second gap. Here he comes. Rotom Cats, you have done it. Swept Algarve International Circuit. Congratulations. And man, stick around with that driver interview. Love to ask you how you did it. There's the headlight flashes. I was waiting for him there. Ignacio Glumser, he will come to the start-finish line, round out P2 after heavy contact to the right side of his LMP3 machine. Congratulations on your P2, Mr. Ignacio Glumser. Here comes Rotom Lev, P3. Ofer Mazuz will finish it up P4 behind Mr. Rotom Lev, our biggest mover of the race. Congratulations on your P3 finish. Hopefully get to talk to you in driver interviews as we have Ofer Mazuz. Lyron there will bring it home P5, losing 2 spots since the start of this race. And Tomer, whatever it is, I will get this name pronunciation corrected eventually. Congratulations on your P6. Great run both race 1 and race 2. Birdie Galili will bring it home P7, plus 3 spots on the day. Matt Vey, Mini Land, Ofek, Dobrinsky, and Erza Rafael will bring it home P11 on the night. Alrighty, I'm going to run some quick ads, try to get some quick interviews, and we'll be right back for the start of Gold Series race. Stick with us here on Stam Studio Network.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, stick with us here in just a few moments' time where I will get you some driver interviews. I only had 20 seconds to get into Gold Series here, so let me make sure this is all loaded up, and I will get some. Here we go. Just 1 second. I am extreme multitasking here. My goodness. Okay, well, I was sweating there for. Okay. It doesn't look like any drivers are waiting in any interview channel, so we'll take one more gander around the track here at Algarve, Portimao, Portugal, and then make sure everything gets loaded up in time for The old Gold Series brought to you by, of course, DRS Drive, Ride Simulation, GRIIP, as well as IIL, ILAKA Esports themselves, Tal Stern, Alien there behind the scenes, everybody behind the scenes who's going to make this possible. And maybe instead of intermission screen, I'll just continue to let this cycle through as I get loaded up into the Gold Series. Be right back for you guys here on Stam Studio Network. Good evening, race fans. It is time. It is time for the Gold Series IIL ILAKA LMP3 Challenge, brought to you by the one, the only STAM Studio Network, where this is going to be a blast, guys. If you didn't catch Silver Series, this would be even better than this Gold Series. Or, excuse me, had that other way around. But anyways, Yuval Merrick will start P2. Matter of fact, our pole leader here today, get this, Reuven. And if you did not catch 2 weeks ago, got to remember, Reuven actually, he won. He won our Gold Series race. Yuval finished P2, right where they qualified. Omri starting P3. He didn't even finish in the top 6 last week. Arnon Levi will start P4. Who else do it? Ran, Sassoni, Tal, Stern, Yossi Gabay, Iran Delitsky, Mark Zubrev, Tomer Ventura, Dima Medavininik, and Gilead Heskia here. Once again, apologies if I am butchering any names, but I'm going to get a Google Doc sent out. I'm tired of it hurts me more than it hurts you, believe me. But here we look at a quick look at the track map. Algarve. Here we are in Portimao, Portugal. This is a 4.6 kilometer racetrack, 15 turns. These elevation changes are going to make this what is essentially a roller coaster ride throughout the track. Expect these tricky braking zones. The final technical sector really is going to test these drivers pretty well. Turn 5, also that tight hairpin. Turn 14-15 complex. It's really key to a strong run onto that main straightaway. And once again, if you're just now joining us, this is our third race here in the Silver Series, and I appreciate you joining in first of all. But we're gonna have to watch these dive bombs here today. It's we saw quite a few in Silver Series, and I think we're gonna see even more in the Gold Series. We'll have to watch the lap times too. Silver Series putting down about 144.7s, I believe, was their fastest. Here today, we will see. Reuven and Yuval will lead us to the green flag, and we have to also keep an eye on dirty air today. Although we won't be able to see it, you can definitely feel it if you're in the driver's seat, and if you're running 1, 2, 3, even up to 4 car lengths back on that driver in front of you, it can definitely, well, get ready for the car not to turn. The car will have no air on what is a very aerodynamically dependent race car. And, well, these Gold drivers, they probably know it a lot more than I do. But for the fans there at home that have probably never stepped foot in one of these LMP3 machines, just letting you guys know, I'm going to have that track map up all throughout this race. Little something new here, tested on SSN. I'll take it off a few times. Okay, we got enough fuel to make it, we got enough strategy to make it, and we got enough, of course, we got the driver capability to make it to the end of this little 20-minute heat. Got to remember, top 10 will be inverted in our grid here today. You see it popping up on the left side of your screen. Finally, graphics, timing, and scoring. Here we go. My name is Sean Stam. I am commentating, producing. Oh boy, I am directing, you name it, everything behind the scenes here today. Green flag, here we come from Portimao, Portugal, Algarve International Circuit. Reuven, Yuval, Omri, Arnon will take us to the green flag. Tal Stern right there, P5. Here we go. Little bit of weaving, jiving, and stiving there for our leader of Reuven. He's going to make it work. 2, 3 wide, almost setting up for P2. Here we go. It is 3 wide into the first chicane. How do these drivers manage this? 2 wide, Omri Farag, Yuval Merrick able to make it stick. Yuval able to take P2 right now. Into the tight, hard braking zone of turn 4, and then heading up the hill into turn number 5 as we are still side by side. Tomer Ventura, Aaron Delitsky going at it as well. Mark Zubarev, he was side by side with Gilead for quite a bit here for the last, respectively, 12th place, still side by side. Contact in front, car goes around. 2 cars make that. Yossi Gabay, he's able to make it through. I don't know how we're still all rolling. Tomer Ventura able to make it through as well. We'll jump on board with Yossi Gabe as he is trying to hold off Gilead here behind, as well as Iran for P11. As these guys are going at it, we got to take a look up here at the front of the pack. Omri, Farag, Rand, Sassoni going at it. Omri able to take that spot away, I believe. No, that's Rand trying to make that pass. Omri defensive line here into the slower braking zone. That's Rand, Sassoni, newer paint scheme for that LMP3 machine this weekend. Or week, excuse me, you could call it. It feels like a weekend for me. My job here is so much, it's so much hard work here behind the scenes, but it all makes it worth it, and you best believe. Oh, I knew it. Rand would definitely be on the driver cams, as well as, we got Yuval here as well. Rand looking down the inside here in turn 1. There he is up top of the driver cams. Who has the bigger cojones to break here into turn 1? Rand harder, deeper into the brakes. Tries to make the pass on Omri Farag as Omri has the inside line here into turn 3. Contacts between the two drivers. Oh boy, more contact. Tal Stern here, he comes out of nowhere. I mentioned it earlier, Dive Bomb City will be today. Tal Stern able to gain 2 spots. Rand Sassoni up 2 spots as well. Here we go, folks. This is what you have come to see. Gold Series Racing live from Stam Studio Network, the IIL YouTube channel. Here comes Omri Farag down the inside, able to make the pass. Does he have the momentum on exit, though, to make the pass on Tal Stern? The beautiful here's of Portimao, Portugal. Omri, he's trying to make it work. Speaking of make it work, Arnon Levi will hop on board with his nose cam. He would almost had the front splitter there. Coming into turn 12, up into 13, 14, 15, the super technical portion of the track. Speaking of which, oh no! The huge contact. I think that's Tal Stern going around, taking 1, 2, 3 drivers there with him. We'll take a look at the drone cam brought to you by Stam Studio Network, operated by, no, I do some drone operation here in the off season, but that was 2 drivers. Call that what you will. I'm going to rewind that one more time. Same camera shot, just going to slow it down a little bit. Tal Stern leaves the door open, but not as much front grip as car there would like, and then takes out Tal Stern with him. Possibly one other, yep, that's baby blue car having to take a little bit of off track. And that section of the track, guys, it will be super, super slippery for our leaders next time by. So they have to keep that in mind, they being Reuven, Yuval Merrick, Rand Sassoni, as they are now up to P2, ran up to 2 spots, and now P3. And our biggest mover of the race, Mark Zubarev, we're looking at him now. He is up to 4 spots. He is now sitting in P5. Mark Zubarev trying to hold off Arnon Levi. That was that blue car I mentioned who took a little bit of off-track excursions, little four-wheeling action to make the pass through Tal Stern's incident. Tal, unfortunately, now down to P10. And we're not missing anything out front, guys. Reuven up to, yeah, you see it on the top left of your screen, about a 2-second gap on P2 of Yuval Merrick. Something with Yuval, we won't cut to the car real quick, but I will mention, man, he has had such pace throughout this series, this season, every season that we've ran so far, and he's able to stay up there P2. But you notice if he's able to get up out front on the start, more reminiscent of like a Formula One kind of thing, Yuval Merrick, he's really able to get and stretch the gap. Maybe it's just driver to track style or whatever it may be, but I just mentioned that because watch for this at the start of our next heat. The top 10 inverted, but Yuval will probably be starting about their P9, P8, just about. So that'll be something to watch. Keep that in mind as we look at a front brake lock up out of Arnon Levi. trying to make the pass out of Mark Zubarev. Iran Delitsky has a front row seat of this battle. Oh, even more front lockup dial. That brake bias back out of Levi. Probably thinking better of it because the next sector of the track going to want some front brake, but oh man, even more tire temperature. It's iRacing doesn't really simulate lockups too well because look at that. Once again, Arnon Levi, he is now side by side with Mark Zubarev once again down the outside trying to make that stick. This is the battle for P5 on track. Iran right there behind. Oh, Mark Zubarev runs a little bit wide. It could possibly be a slowdown for that number 030. That was a new graphic I had. That was kind of cool to see that battle box pop up on the right side of the screen. I might have to use that more as Mark Zubarev tries to still close that gap. I'm going to take a look at some points here soon, guys, and I got some really cool driver photos and everything to show, so stick with us here, but we're going to continue to watch this battle before I end up bringing that up. Arnon Levi takes the spot from Mark Zubarev. Hopefully able to hold off P5 as now Mark's going to try and hold off Iran behind him here. Great battle for P5 on track. Throw a blanket over these three drivers, and Tomir Ventura is starting to close in as well. Well, we have a second here now that that gap is starting to just extend just a little bit. Here we go. This is what I wanted to mention. And Minnie, if you were still watching, I don't know why, but I put your pictures here in the pro points. But Yuval Merrick leading us in the points. Ryuven there 1 point behind. Ido Balstan, Ryan Sassoni 34 points. Mark Zubarev is tied with Alan Gabe. And there you see a little real-life racing action there. You got Ryan Sassoni there and Omri Farag's machines on the bottom right side of your screens. Didn't know Rand did some bike racing. All right, I see you. I see you. Speaking of Rand, sitting there just tied for P3 in the points, and he's had a great race here today. He's got the pace, and we're going to have to see once the top 10 is inverted because, oh boy. We know that he will have the pace, and it's just how he's able to manage get through the field. We'll take a look at the driver cams. Got Rand up there at the top, making his way through turns. Tight turns 1, 2 chicane, up to turn 3, turns 4. This track is, once again, it's a roller coaster, and if any track is able to really handle this thing, it's of course Rand. It's cool to see him take to a different style of car too. We have gone from Super Formula Lights to heavier BMWs to now we are prototype racing, entry prototype racing as Rand's going to lock up the rear tires. Formula drift it there, get it righted instantly, not really lose maybe, a second there on Yoshi Gabe behind, but Formula drift, get ready. Rand Sassoni may be heading your guys' way. He's got pace here on the road course, but I think we may have just found a lost art for him. Check this out. Sure, the rear brakes lock up, but look at that, right back in on the gas, gets it going. Boy. Nice run, Rand. Love to see that. That takes more skill than you guys, that I can even try to put in words. Speaking of skill, Irian and Mark Zubarev still going at it here. This is battle for P6 as Arnon Levi starts to lead that gap away. And you see, I'm trying to leave that the track map up on the top right of the screen, just a little bit something new. And you can see the gap there between drivers, positions 1, 2, Ryuven and Yuval Merrick, as well as Rand just now making his way, Yossi making his way past start-finish line. It's the gaps are starting to get a little big here around the huge 4.6 kilometer Algarve, Portimao, Portugal, and Oh boy. Here comes Ariana, little inside move on Mark Zubarev. This is that chicane. This is what you come to see, the heavy braking zone, and he's able to make the pass for the moment. If Mark just didn't get on the sausage curb, I wonder if he would have the drive off there at turn 3. I think, Mark, I don't know about you, but you got to have the mustard on the German sausage curbs for them to have still a little bit of pace. Tal Stern making his way back up to P8 after his self-induced spin earlier on. Nice race out of him so far. Dima Medvedev right there behind that purple LMP3 machine, number 7. He's been really able to kind of stay on Tal Stern's bumper, but if we take a look at the lap time history between Dima and Tomir behind him, oof. Tomir lap 2, 3, 4, he has been faster by, seconds at a time, but Dima possibly starting to pick up the pace lap 5 and 6. Dima's been just a bit faster. Another close battle. This is Mark Zubarev trying to get around Iran. Is Mark now down to P7, but I know I say down to, he's still up 2 spots since the start of the race in his Nigeria LMP3 machine. Nice paint scheme for Mark. It's very, no matter what scheme we run, it's this very reminiscent kind of Red Bull looking, has the abstracts, the lines on the back of the car. It's he could possibly even win paint scheme of the day here, Mark. And excellent pace out of that 030 as well. Keep it up, man. I know we just cut off of this battle, but here's a little bit further back on the pack. Tomir Ventura, Dima Medvedev. Oh boy, that's was that a pass? It was, Tomir. Nice move. Although now we're still Dima now goes wide and Tomir takes the spot once again. A little bit of shake and bake, back and forth action here in the LMP3 series. So we do have to, we got to keep in mind, sure, Reuven has a 6.6 second gap, but as we look at the points again, sure, Reuven sitting there just 1 point behind Yuval, so we'll take the lead in the overall championship as we're just now halfway through race, well, coming to the end of race 1 of race 3. I know it's a little confusing, but Ido Balstan is tied once again with Ran. Got Mark there what would be P4 if it wasn't for the tie. So something we have to keep in mind, and also something, again, if you're just now joining us, look at these real life. This is what these guys do other than sim race, the actual real life racing. I just think that's too cool. Appreciate you guys letting me see that. And if you don't follow Stam Studio Network there on Instagram, please do. YouTube as well. Hit that subscribe button. Like the video. If you don't like the video, at least comment and tell us what we could improve on just a little bit, as well as subscribe to the IIL YouTube channel as well. Yuval Merrick having a great run for himself. Now just, well, I say great run, yes, but don't count that out. Once again, top 10 inverted, so he will be starting P9. Reuven starting P10. Oh, Ran Tassoni. This is going to be fun to watch here, this second heat of today. Ran, once again, having himself a really good run. He's got some gap to Yuval up in front. And, well, I'll speak of Yuval now. You can kind of compare the driving style between the two. We can't really see the hands out of Yuval Merrick here, but it's a lot more calm, it looks like, out of Yuval. I think Ran Tassoni, he's trying to push the car just a bit more. Even 11 seconds down. This is what I love out of these drivers. They have the agility, the speed, the pace, as well as the trust in the car to push, even when you're this far down, and even try and hold off Yosuke Bay here, who's now almost 4.5 seconds back of Ran. But once again, going back on Ran, this is our third season doing IIL and seeing the different cars that these drivers are able to take on and really take a handle on, because I know Ran, he likes those the Super Formula Light, the Formula style cars, and now that we're working with just a bit more downforce, I wonder if that's what we're starting to see out of the number 43. Having a better run than last season there in the BMW machines. And I like it, Rand. Keep it up. And, well, what would be starting 7th place in this next heat race in just 4 minutes time. It'll be interesting to watch. A little bit of lockup from you, but get those tire pressures, brake temperatures, everything up to operating conditions. And I think we could possibly even see Iran win here this next heat. Yoshikabe, if you guys weren't watching in the Silver Series, oh no, big puff of smoke. That was Rand. Oh, whew, lost quite a bit right when I cut off of his camera. Let's see what happened, and then I'll go back on what I was going to say about Yoshikabe. Oh, is this Formula Drift Corner again? Oh, one more time. All right, that's pretty. That's I said it, man. Formula Drift, look out. Rancistoni's coming for you. But as I was going to mention about Yoshikabe, sir, he has these really nice runs here earlier on in the race. But after the top 10 is inverted in that field gets inverted, you're gonna see him start. Well, we have seen him start towards the front of the pack. He'll actually be for once a little bit further back in the pack next start of the heat race. I like how Yoshi starts the races. I like how he manages his stuff, but able to work through the pack. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this number 17 starts heat race number 2, what will be P6, and then P5, Arnon, if he's able to keep it up, will start right where he finishes. He started today, this race at P4, so just minus a spot on the race. Or on today, excuse me. Ariane Delitsky here, he's up 2 spots on today, up to P6 after starting P8. That number 10 machine. And Ariane, all these drivers, I know I mentioned it quite a bit in the Silver Series, but Gold Series, thank you guys too, man. It's cool to see the driver pictures there. It adds just a little bit more personality to the broadcast. Something that I can kind of start to maybe relate to and take note of is here's Mark Zuberev, Tal Stern going at it side by side. Tal, little self-induced spin earlier on. I think that was some rear brake lockup early on, but able to adjust the rear brake, get a bit more front brake bias into the car now. As watch this battle. If you're Mark Zuberev, this is one of the league owners. Got to be careful as here comes Tal Stern down the inside. Who has just the better run off up the hill? It's going to be Mark Zuberev for the moment, but this battle is not over yet. We're going to stick on board with it. Okay, sorry, I had to catch my breath there. We're on board with Mark's back bumper. He really opened the entry up, and that's what I like because here you will see it's able to get a better run off the exit, going back down the hill. More elevation, even more elevation changes here from Portugal. Algarve International Circuit, excuse me. Don't count never count out Tal Stern, but especially in this battle, he's got another right front GoPro cam. We're going to stick on board with Tal Stern heading into the front chicane and see if he's able to close this gap on Mr. Mark Zuberev for P7. Visually from up here in the booth, he did close that gap here just a little bit, but time and time again, I've seen Mark Zuberev, no matter what car we're in, we were on board with his diffuser cam, we'll hop on board with here. I love how Mark is able to set up his corners. I noticed this once again, no matter what car he's in, his driving style, the corner entries, really able to get these things down and get the car rotated. Sure, he sacrifices just a little bit of speed into the corner. Oh, Sean and Tater Kersh going to strike here. That's going to present. Oh, man, Tal Stern had an opportunity to go side by side. But that's what as I was kind of mentioning it, man. Hate the timing on that Sean and Tater curse. But he sets up these corner entries. There you see it. That's the corner that we were on board with last time. Sets it up and gets just a little bit a better run off. That's the same way out of Yuval as well, as that will conclude what will be race number 1. Here comes Yossi Gabe to make this thing official as well. Rancis Sony, what will be P3. We have missed nothing in that front battle. Reuven will take the race win. Of course, Yuval Merrick P2. Yuval, we might hop on board with there. That start of the next race. Yossi Gabe will bring it home at P4. Arnon Levi, P5. Aaron Delitsky will bring it home P6. Mark Zubarev will hold off Tal Stern by just 0.36 seconds. Tal Stern, P8. And watch Tal Stern. He'll be starting P3 next race, P2 next race. Omri Farag. And our pole sitter. You best believe, oh, this is a tight battle. Who's it go to? Barely. Tomer Ventura. This was at the line. Dima probably thought he had it. Oh, this battle for P10. Once again, pole for this race. There you saw the move start to be set up. Tomer barely getting it done on Dima Medvedev, and you hate that there if you're Dima out of the 7, but you love it. Any fan out of Tomer Ventura Boulevard will solidify P1 starting on the pole. Omri Farag starting P2. Tal Stern will start P3. Mark Zubarev will be P4. Aaron Delitsky, all those drivers I just mentioned having a great run in the points their last race. Arnon Levi, Yossi Gabe, Rancis Sony will start P8. We're going to have to watch these guys P7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, because sure, you can't really say it well enough. Sure, these guys will have pretty good pace up here in the start, but our race winner starting up back here a little bit further in the back of the pack. Once again, looking at race conditions here, couldn't be a better day for racing. Gold Series racing. Here we go, folks. Portimao, Portugal, 4.6 kilometer raceway, 36 degrees Celsius, 15 turns, 1.8 meter elevation change. And before we get going, once again, non-updated points. This was before the start of last race. Yuval Merrick was leading. What now will be Reuven now leading these guys. Ido Baustan, what was P3. Rand was tied with him. Mark Zubarev, P4. Alon Gabe, Gilead, Aaron Delitsky, Orbram, Tom Rappaport, Yossi Gabe, Alex Kozachuk, Tomer Ventura Boulevard. I know that's you IIL guys may not know what I'm referencing there, but the driver picks cannot go without saying thank you, Ran, Omri, Miniland, all you guys coming out and following the Stam Studio Network Instagram channel. Cannot forget the YouTube channel, Stam Studio Network. We got, of course, the IIL YouTube channel as well. Subscribe, hit that like button, hit us up in the live chat or the comment section for anything we could be doing just a little bit better. We'll take a look at the Google Earth Cam before we get going. Here at Portimao, Portugal. Zooming in on the Google Earth, and here we go. Here we go, getting a little bit closer into Spain, and there's the track. 15 turns, 4.6 kilometers. Solar panels there on the bottom side of your screen. Clean energy. No tariffs coming with some clean energy. Taking notes there as we are just about to get things kicked off and ready to go. From Algarve International Circuit, Tomer Ventura, Omri Farag going to lead us to what will be lights out, and away we go for the second race in Gold Series today. If you're not standing up, what are you doing? Stand up, get your drinks, your snacks ready this evening. Happy holidays for you guys there across the seas in IIL, aka Esports land. My name is Sean Stam, just me up here producing, commentating, directing. Here we go, green flag is out, and away we go. Tomer, Tal Stern, Aaron Delitsky, Omri Farag leading us into turn 1. Remember, we have to take a look at these guys that are starting with pace. A little bit further back of the pack as we're getting 4 wide, 5 wide almost into the tight chicane. Mark Zubarev is the middle of 3 now. Contact. Here comes the leaders of last race, able to get it all slowed down. We are still wrecking. Ran able to make it through, able to pass Yoshikabe Dima as well. Oh, we are still side by side for P4, 5, 6. Ran on Yoshikabe Dima Medi. All side by side, now able to finally get those things cycled out just a little bit. Here comes Tal Stern, passed for the lead. We saw the end of it on around here. Tal is saying, I got places to be, buddy, excuse me. What a pass, what a move there out of Tal Stern to take the lead, as here's another great battle. Omri Farag on the outside, the very outside, no grip out there, hard into the barrier, almost flipping over. Going to tow back to the pits, Ryuven, Tomer going at it now. Remember, where these guys just finished, not able to make their way up through just yet, and where is Yuval? He is able to make his way, as that's Mark Zubarev. Going around now, we'll take a look at plenty of replays here in just a few moments' time. Yuval up P6, excuse me, 6 spots since the start of the race. A nice pace, able to make it through, and he has made it past Ran as well. That was one of the guys I was kind of worried on pace that we'd have to watch, and oh man. This, I still can't really catch my breath. This is just lap 1 completed here in heat number 2. Drivers starting to break the draft here, back of the pack. Look at the focus there out of Ran at Yuval. Cannot beat it as Arnon Levi heads his way down in the starting chicane. And a little bit more action here this time on this start. We'll start to take a look at some replays here. We'll start with, we'll go in chronological order. This was the start of the race. Oh my goodness gracious. 4 wide into turn 1 at Algarve. I don't know if you could get much better than that. 3 wide, and that is synchronized spinning, not swimming. Drivers really able to make it through with no damage, no harm, no foul. I'm seeing a Ran incident as well. We'll take a look at this. This was further in the back of the pack. Oh, just checking up for what was the 3 and 4 wide incident. Ran. How much damage? Eesh, maybe a little bit to that front right splitter, but able to make it his way through, and now up to P3. We have Yuval Merrick up to P2. This is what I was referring to, guys. We needed to keep an eye on and see how fast they're able to make their way up and through the pack, if and cleanly. And matter of fact, what they've been able to do, Yuval Merrick, Ran Sassoni, Tal Stern still continuing to lead our second lap here around Portimao. Oh, I don't think it's going to last very long, but so much experience out of our top 3 drivers. 3,000 I rating for Mr. Tal Stern, 3,300 coming in at Yuval Merrick, and 3,800 for Ran, who comes away with race number 2 out of Portimao. Algarve International Circuit, Yuval getting a great run here into turn 1, going to think better of it, just has Tal Stern looking into his rear view mirror, able to really close that gap, and we're still have great fighting between Arnon Levi, Yoshikabe here for P4, P5. Oh, there goes the move. Tal Stern, is he able to have what it takes to hold it off? Almost contact. Yuval sends 4 tires off the racing surface, could possibly slow down as Yuval takes the lead and tries to run away from Ran. Here comes Ran trying to make that pass now on Mr. Tal Stern. Hopping on board with Ran here, guys. More elevation change. Excellent not to take a chop out of the sausage curb as we've seen some of the silver drivers do, but remember, you lose so much grip running right behind, as closely behind as you are in one of these LMP3 prototype machines. Here comes Ran down the inside of league owner Tal Stern. Does he have to be able to what makes it stick? He does. Yuval P1, Ran P2, driver cams P1, P2. You love to see it. I would love to see, some tire smoke. I don't love to see that out of Yuval. I was looking at that other driver cam. I was going to mention what I would love to see out of Rand's kind of setup. You see what looks to be a triple monitor setup there out of Yuval Merrick, but cutting to Rand now and taking an onboard shot of him. Who has what it takes? We are not even halfway to go in this second race and only 2.2 seconds behind. Rand coming in with way more I rating with Yuval respectively. Does Rand have what it takes to close this gap? As we'll take a look at the I rating differential, or excuse me, I just went over that. The lap time differential. There we go. Merrick up. He was up lap 1 and lap 3 here, but ran just a little, just the slightest bit faster there on lap 2. We're going to have to keep an eye on this front battle for the lead here, folks. Next closest battle on track, what would have been Dima, but Dima's going to end up going around. Little contact for what could have been Tomer Ventura Boulevard. Let's take a look, see what happens out of Dima here. I think that was right when I cut to him. We kind of cut to saw the end of it. Self-induced spin, it does look like, is hard on the brakes, and I think we've seen that one too many times here. That specific corner. Little rear lockup on the brakes, and LMP3. It's such a hard car to get down. I believe brake-by-wire systems in these prototype machines, and you win some and you lose some, right? Yes, brake-by-wire. You can adjust the front bite, rear bite in the car, but if it's not just what the car needs, as we've seen once again one too many times, that the rear tires can and will lock up, especially at a tough elevation changing track here like Algarve. As here we see Yoshi Gabe looking down the inside. Hang on to your hats, folks. This is going to be tight here into the chicane of turn 1. Yoshi, nice move, able to make it stick on Arnon, as Arnon actually has a little bit of a slip up. Reuven going to make that pass as well. Arnon loses 2 spots in 2 corners. Yuval now able to take that lead away from Tal Stern, and oh boy, is this what we are starting to see here? 2.5 second gap. It was 2.2, I believe, last time we checked. Yuval Merrick, he chatted with me a little bit before this race, told me to have that replay button ready and keep an eye on what is dirty air in these prototype machines. That's why I keep cutting to such close battles, because I know I mentioned it earlier, and that's why I mentioned it. Yuval, he said, keep an eye on dirty air. If you are not leading this race P1 or 2 in some cleaner air, the car is just not going to handle the way that you want it to, really not going to turn, essentially, and you're going to have to adjust your braking, your whole driving style, to say the least. Looking back to Mr. Yuval Merrick here. He's leading Ran, and we've seen so much pace out of these 2 drivers, not only this season, but last BMW season, as well as Super Formula Light season. It just makes me wonder, Tal, if you're going to continue to have us on board here. I know I say us, it's just me here in the booth, everything behind the scenes as well, but if we are on board next season, it seems like we're just continuing to gain speed, gain downforce in the cars. What's next? Possibly LMP2, and then what? LMP1, Formula 1, IndyCar? We will definitely continue to see. Maybe do we go a little down? NASCAR A-Class. No, I'm just kidding. That would be all fun to see. And if you guys are willing to join my own league, GT4 versus NASCAR, we will be at Le Mans this weekend. It's been back and forth. We've had so much, the pace has been back and forth as well on some of these tracks between GT4 and NASCAR. But, oh, excuse me there, sorry. League ID 10931. Every Saturday at 4:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. Gonna have to do that time inversion, as I'm not too familiar. All right, I think I've given you guys enough torture. Quick Crank It Up, brought to you by Stam Studio Network and IIL. This just means, well, I'm not going to be talking here for just a little bit, so you can crank it up here. The speed and sounds of these LMP3 machines around Algarve International Circuit. Alrighty, you can crank it back down. I'm gonna have to join you back a little early because, man, Taos, what a pass by Griiip, and we'll have to take a look at the replay of that because, my God, I saw it in the software, and then next thing you know, we cut to Taos Stern's onboard, and you see just out of nowhere Griiip and it comes around him. Let's take a look, see what happens. Taos Stern runs very wide, no grip out there, and so that's pretty easy pass done for you. I'm gonna say thank you very much. Looking at this battle here between Tomer Ventura, Gilead Heskia here. Apologies once again if I am butchering any names, but I will. Google Doc come in the way to finally get things right as we're going to look side by side, coming to the 13th minute to go, 7 minutes to go. Tomer Ventura going Gilead. Who gets it done? Going into the chicane right now, Tomer gets the exit, but here comes Gilead right back. Crossover move, not having the pace to make it happen. Tomer able to get that spot back as he is now he's -6 spots on the day. Our biggest mover this race in the second series, obviously Yuval Merrick, our leader, up 6 spots. Griiip getting just a little bit closer to ran there for P2. As Yuval is extending that lead on our leader as well. So Yuval, that's as we cut back to our leader of the race, the number 25. It doesn't go without saying what pace, what speed out of him. It's so cool to see him mature from what we've seen, even not just last season, but even season before that. The pace, the racecraft, how he drives the car. It all boils down to kind of your driving style, and to see him, let alone stick with the same driving style, but just let alone, start to learn kind of the car and the competitors just a little bit more. It's been so cool to see Mr. Yuval Merrick and have the pace in these LMP3s. MF Racing, obviously check their Instagram page, their YouTube channel out. That is, I know he is a part of. And it's, I know I'm praising him here, but obviously so. He's put a 6.5 second gap now on Ran, and Griiip is now just about 1.5 seconds back here on Ran. So it's by no fluke. Yuval having some great pace here on tonight, and once again, this battle, Irion and Gilead, it's continuing to rage on through the chicane. That's one of the best passing zones that you have here on the track, but that number 4 not really able to make the car stick, and you're going to have to watch out for Dima, who's now approaching as Irion's going to run wide. Arion, excuse me. Going to lose 2 spots there, drop down to P10. Playoff point, super valuable, even though 3rd race so far this season. It all comes down to just the final little bit And it's what we could, if Iran just loses out to maybe even a P3 or whatever it is, whatever he's fighting for later in the season in the points, do you look back at a moment just like this where self-induced tire lockup, and sometimes that's all it takes? You know, Ofer was saying in the YouTube chat last time, as I was just glancing at it, he was racing in what a race or what a save out of DMX, excuse me. But he was saying once one of these cars, once you lock them up, and driven them a few times myself in the old official series, it's, well, first of all, once you lock up, you have to get off of the brake pedal. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but to get the car actually slowed down, kind of start to modulate that brake pedal, and it gets the tire spinning again, not locked up. But as Ofer or Ofek, it was one of those OFEs from Silver Series, was saying that once the car does start to have either an incident or you get, again, so close on the rear diffuser of a driver in front of you, the car becomes just so snappy. One of the most snappy and most oversteery cars that I've ran in iRacing universe, and there's really no saving it at all. So really shouting at the drivers in their pace, their ability to come out and give us a show here in Gold Series tonight. Shouting you guys out. Appreciate it. It's cool to watch as Arian Delitsky closes the gap closer on Dima. Actually, I think Dima made that pass as Arian is starting to blink here just a little bit. Well, it's of a internet issue as we approach 3 minutes to go from Algarve International Circuit. Yuval Merritt continues to lead by a shocker. 6.5, call it 7 seconds now over Ran. Well, I have to do one thing behind the scenes really quick. Let's compare, actually, before we do that, holy battle between Ryuven and Ran. I was about to compare the racing lines between the two, but no need when... Oh, here we go. Here comes the #1 machine of Ryuven down the inside of Ran. Who saw this coming? Here we go. Up 5 spots for Ran, but plus 8 for Ryuven if he's able to make it stick, which he is. Ryuven down now to up to P2. Tied for biggest mover of the race with our race leader, Yuval Merrick, both up 8 spots. Faster each time by, now finally able to make the pass. Here, some more battling in the back of the pack, respectively. Dima still trying to get around Aaron Delitsky, but not able to make that work just yet. Just wait until the tougher braking zones as we're getting down to just what should be 2 laps to go here from Algarve. Oh, my voice is going to be gone by the time that we're done with this thing. Yuval Merritt continues to lead what was Ran down to Ryuven, but these top 3 drivers we will all get interviewed right after the race. And now I will give us a quick look at, we'll hop on board with Yuval and then hop on board with Ryuven. Maybe compare the driving lines between the two. All right, so that was into the chicane of turn 1 here. A little bit more bite out of the car, it looks like, for Ryuven, but sacrifices some more corner exit. I mean, it sounded audibly and and visually sounded just a little bit slower. As this will, if Yuval's able to make his way just around this 4.6 kilometer circuit, this will what be solidifies his, oh man, race heat win here from Algarve International. And with what pace as well. Putting down 143s, that's 3 seconds faster than what we saw out of the Silver Series. Just needs to be able to get this tough to drive LMP3 Ligier prototype machine around one more time. As we pull up the track map, just so make sure I have this right. Yes, last sector here. This will be definitely what solidifies it. Gonna round turn 13, coming to turn 14. Just needs to crawl around. Could even get off the gas at this point. What a gap. What a race. What pace out of Yuval Merek. That number 25 will make this official. Congratulations on your heat win here today, Mr. 25. He's not even that old, folks. LMP3 win from Portimao, Portugal. Yuval Merek out of Israel. Taking the checkered flag is the 25. What will be our second place driver here today. I'm running out of brain power. Bear with me here, folks. Reuven will take P2 away from Ran. We will get these top 3 drivers interviewed here right after the race ran some more Formula Drift action. Tal Stern will bring it home, P4. Tal, if you're listening, would be great to talk with you after the race or even in interviews as well. Yossi Gebe will bring it home, P5. Arnon Levi bring it home, P6. Gilead Heskia, Dima Medvedenik, Tomer Ventura Boulevard, Iran Delitsky, Mark Zubrev will bring it home in 11th place. Make this official. Is that a driver stopped a little early? Nope, made it past the line. Mark Zubrev, P11, Omri Farag, P12, respectively. So stick with us here, Stamp Studio Network, and I'm going to get you guys some interviews in just, well, maybe an ad or two's moment time.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, that will just about round up round number 2 for Gold Series, where I have magically teleported down to Victory Lane. I'm here with our top 3 drivers. We're going to start with our 3rd place driver. Ran, you got a copy here tonight?
Yeah, I copy.
Oh man, okay, well, first of all, what pace that we saw out of the LMP3 machine for you here, and kind of walk us through it. What was it like getting a handle on the car, especially everything up to temperature? That seems, it was fun to watch.
Yeah, well, it was really different from the Sebring track that we raced 2 weeks ago. The car is much more stable, but you really have hard braking zones, and I found myself tending to lock the rear and just spin out while braking. And I didn't really get much practice these 2 weeks. I think 1 or 2 practice sessions. But overall it was good. I was hoping to get P2 and try to run away, or not run away, just keep enough pace so Chacha wouldn't catch up to me. But I actually had a screen freeze and locked up my brakes and had a couple of mistakes. Yeah. So I ended up in 3rd, but you know, can't complain.
Well, I will say, when you do watch the broadcast back, I said Formula Drift there a few times. So when you didn't lock it up, the few times I saw, you got the car like spun and it just the right way and right back on the gas. So, man, that was so cool to watch. And is there anybody that you'd like to shout out?
Yeah, it was cool, but it slowed me down, so, you know. Yeah, so I want to shout out, first of all, to Yuval. He actually helped me with the paint work for his car, so thanks, man. I want to thank Chacha. He also did practice session with all of us, explaining us a bit about the car and how to get the most out of it. I want to thank Tal for organizing, and of course for ILAKA for sponsoring this league, and for you, Sean. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you, Ran. It's greatly appreciated. And shouting out everybody who I would as well. It's special, and man, another great run for you in the playoff points. It'll be interesting to see. Do you know what track we're at 2 weeks time?
Actually, no, I haven't looked yet.
Oh, I'm right there with you. But regardless of where we go to, best of luck, and man, keep it up. Your real life racing stuff as well. That's been fun to watch.
Thank you very much, man.
Alrighty, Mr. Reuven Chacha, you got yourself a coffee.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Oh,
coffee
man.
wouldn't be enough. I need some beer. If you consider how sweaty and tired I am after chasing Yuval in the second race.
No
or
kidding.
Trying to, you know.
That's you were able to get around Rand there. I'll ask you about in just a second, but you referenced like you're sweating, and that's what I think people at home don't understand, just how much this can take out of you and will take out of you mentally and physically. But speaking of take it out of you, what was it like trying to get around Rand there?
Oh, wow. It was tough. As soon as I passed, I think it was Yossi that was in third place. I had to get into, the delivery mode to just deliver laps, the fastest laps I can in order to catch up, because Ran and Yuval already ran away. And it was pretty tough. This combination of race and track is a bit tricky, as this car is too nimble in the center. And you don't need more than just a tiny intervention with the TC, and the car just misses about half a second per lap. So I had to be 100% concentrated in order to deliver, and I made it finally, because I think that Ran had several issues. It seems that he looked up twice in a pretty tough corner, but yet I think that in the rest of the laps, Ran was like at his best. He was flying out there, and I think that I was a bit lucky to pass him at the end.
Gosh, yeah, I know I mentioned a screen freeze or two there too, so it's you hate it when kind of like some real life stuff happened in the sim. What could happen in a car, it could happen in the sim, like a screen freeze, or trying to tie two things together there. But my goodness, 7,000 rating. Just congratulations, Reuven, and it'll
Thanks,
be.
Man.
I can't wait to see how you continue to round out the rest of the season. We know you're right up there in the points.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you guys, by the way, for commentating and making those races much funnier to watch at the end of the race.
Thanks for putting on a show, Cha-Cha. It's been great fun to watch, and best of luck to you the rest of the season, man.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Alrighty, gonna move on to oh man, Yuval, you got a copy?
Yeah, copy.
Oh man, walk us through it. 7-second gap. Was it all in the preparation? Was it? I mean, man, I don't know.
Probably just surviving the turn 1 incident, and
which you did
that's
immaculate,
yeah.
By the way. You did very well.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh man, so comparing these cars to kind of some of the cars that we've ran, like the BMWs, or even going back to the Super Formula Lights, can you briefly kind of walk us through the handling differences and how? I know the braking system too. Cha-Cha mentioned the TC control, but in my experience, it's been if you get the brake bias just a little bit too far to the rear, like we've seen some lockups in that rear, and it'll spin you around. But what differences kind of can you think of right away?
The braking is the biggest difference, and probably aero. You know, like you need to carry a lot more speed than you think, and yeah, braking on elevation changes is really tough, and you need to change your braking a lot during the braking zone, and yeah.
Especially when you get a little bit closer to those cars in front of you, it starts to get a little, oh boy. Yeah, I keep my eye on it when drivers start to get a little close to one another. But before I catch my plane ride back home to all the way on the other side of the earth, Yuval, is there anybody that you'd like to shout out, or anybody that makes this possible for you to come out and race with us tonight?
Yeah, I would like to, thank you guys for, broadcasting everything. And, Tal and ILAKA behind the scenes. And yeah.
Alrighty, yes, thank you very much for saying that. It means we're doing something right. I know this was all, this was all kind of set up by you originally, so to get me in here. So it's cool to see you winning in the series. It's special. So congratulations once again, and best of luck in 2 weeks' time to whatever track we're going to.
Thank you.
Alrighty, I'm gonna head on out of here. If I think that's everybody. Alrighty, thank you guys once again. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to SSN IIL. Hit up ILAKA Esports as well. Who are the DRS sponsored drive and DRS and GRIIP on the sponsors. Appreciate you guys coming out. Just Sean Stam up in the booth. Everybody have a great rest of your night. Take care and happy holidays to you over there.